He's updated with an upgrade.
The score in the background, it's not like saying Hans Zimmer. This is a little bit of like, a more subdued soundtrack.
Okay, so I gotta go. That's important to mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Grandpa's in here and he's playing his guitar. And it's reverberating on those big ass bass speakers. We can see.
Is he playing the Grandpa 2.0 theme?
Probably. I mean, you can do it. And there's the kids with their old grandpa on the wall. Nice of them to leave that up there. See the boys in the room, wide awake in their beds, eyes wide and tired. He's so tired, world weary. It's 5:02 a.m. Grandpa! He steps in. Look at that. Look at that delicious bro.
Look at butt.
Yeah, let's take a moment.
Damn, Grandpa thick as hell.
Yeah. He's posing. And he leans in. Knocks down all those action figures. That's some Aeon Flux shit going on. Bookshelf falls down. Now I shit you not, this part goes on for about 100 frames. And Justin just left it in like that. He expected me to like do the guitar solo for all 100 frames.
Yeah.
And, like, I kind of had to just like explain this to the guys I was pitching it to. Just like, yeah.
Grandpa plays an unnecessarily long guitar solo.
Oh, and then it's just How to Be Smart by Cody. And astute viewers.
Oh, 9/11, I see it.
On 2001. So
Nice.
This was a rough day for these guys.
Sonic Adventure. So this is the year Sonic Adventure 2 came out.
Yeah. So at least they had that to look forward to.
And he could go home and play Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, that's true.
You can watch the new Spider-Man movie.
Probably not, because they're going to get grounded because of these test scores.
You're right.
And see Grandpa inside, and they're like, man, we cannot let Grandpa see these test scores. He's going to be mad. I just hope we didn't leave anything important in there for him to find before we get there. And he's just like sitting there at the table, and he grabs the birth certificate and just he just knocks.
Well, I'll play that again. This is really funny. Like, this is before anyone comes in, so this is just like he just does this.
Yeah, that's just what he does in his free time. He's not trying to impress anyone.
Exactly.
They walk in and they're like, they see him turning around, so they put the papers behind the back really quick, and his head just swivels around. And he's looking at him, he puts his hand up and he's peering, and then we see Grandpa Vision 2.0, and then we see all these warning symbols, toxic radio, and we see all that fizzling there, and we see a bunch of organs, and then we see their skeletons, and then some red outlines. Beep, 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 beep. Failed. Idiot. Beep, 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 beep. And then he stands up in shock. Knocks his chair over, and he looks so concerned, and he's thinking, and he, wait, I got it. And they're like, and we see pests. The teacher slams them down. And we see, who are those two kids crammed into the same desk in that corner up there? And the teacher's like, hey, before we get started on today's tests, I'd like to introduce our new student today. And then we see door open. And he kick flips in. And he grabs his skateboard, chisels into the wall. Shul sucks. Puts on some shades. Now I'd like to take this moment to rewind a moment and onto Justin moment number 2, on which I remark on the fact that Justin did not mean to write this as Shul sucks.
No, he tried to write school?
Yeah, it's supposed to say school sucks. And he, in fact, was instructed to correct this multiple times, and did correct it a couple times the laziest way possible, on which, like, there's some camera moves going along here, and he, like, corrected it so that he just drew in the C in every frame, so it was, like, bouncing all around the place. But he, like, didn't send me the file, so I didn't get to put it in.
Oh. I think it's better that he misspells it anyway.
That's what some people say, but I say that that's just because I sell it with my, like, pure frustration over the mistake.
It would be a funny way to in canon have that fixed.
Huh?
He writes Shul sucks, and they kind of look at it, and then it says Shul sucks, and then his head turns around and lasers come out, and he carves a little C in.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. And then he goes, and so the teacher introduces him. She's like, "This is Grant, Pa 2.0."
Grant Pa 2.0. Pa 2.0 is his last name.
Yeah, and then he rockets up into his seat, and they're just like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." And then he's like, and they're like, "Dude, scoot over, get on your side of the desk." And you can see there's like a dotted line down the middle.
Yeah.
And then Grandpa is in his seat. The teacher puts some things on the desk, and he looks at it. And he looks over at them, and they're like, please don't look at us. And he looks
I like it. Some shots of this, Grandpa 2.0 just basically looks like Mario.
Yeah. It really
like, depending on how much details in his, like, in him or not.
Yeah, and it's also depending on, like, I don't know, it's always, like, toggling between me and Justin drawing it, because we were, like, rushing so fast. Look at this, look at this, where he turns into, like, as he has another idea.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I got it." And a hole in his chest opens up, and he feeds the test in, and he just, like, he starts vibrating. And the desk's shaking, the class is shaking, everything's shaking. I want there to be like a can of pencils on the desk that just like shakes off and dumps all over the floor, and it says Cheetotron, and it starts printing out these dot matrix from his chest. And there he is vibrating over there in his chair, and they're just like, don't look at him, just ignore it, we don't know him, as they try and valiantly do their test, and this huge ribbon is printing out from his chest, unfurling over the floor, and he tears it out, rip, and he starts trying to hand it over to them, and I don't know why this is viewed from left to right, because it should be flipped the other way. What? But don't worry about that. And so he's stretching his arm across the class, trying to reach them, and they're like, "Oh, jeez," and they're just like, "Just ignore, man." And he starts like poking them in the face with the cheat sheet, and they're like, "Dude, stop!" And he's like, "Make it, dude, stop, stop." Ah, crap, dude, he's not gonna take no for an answer. Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Stop. And the teacher pushes it out of the way, and they're like, "Are you guys trying to cheat?" And he's holding the detention slip that says "idiot." Like, oh, jeez. And Justin loves this panel for the pure dejection it shows.
Yeah.
This whole transition between idiot and dejection.
No one wants to be an idiot.
Yeah. But you see, Cody's used to it. That's their character descriptions. What differentiated the brothers is Cody's the dumb one, and Zach's the one with terrible taste. But, yeah, so Zach pushes Cody out the door, and he's like, dude, get a move on. So they're walking down the hallway, and Zach's just kind of hanging off of Cody, getting dragged along the floor. And he dodges a malfunctioning switch breaker. He's like, as you see the hallways getting worse, there's like a broken window and police tape and broken glass on the floor. And they're walking down the hallway, and Cody trips. Frig, oh shit, good. And you see there's a rat back there, and he's got sunglasses on. He's like, what the? And the rat's like, hey, and he's smiling. He's like, that rat just took my wallet. And Zach's like, bigly stepping on his face, but get up, dude. And see that urinal? We're here. And so they're in the urinal's the marker for the detention hall. Yeah. And you can see it's in 7734 or hell.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but they're there. And so they're like, at least now that we're in detention, we can sleep. And Zach's already out, and I guess they still have to share a desk.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's like, yeah, we can finally.
Do you think Zach and Cody are registered at school as Zach and Cody, or Zach and Cody as one person?
Probably one person.
It's probably why they share a desk.
Yeah.
Granpa 2.0 probably fucked that up.
Or the school just, like, if they were registered as separate people, the school probably merged them together, because they're like,
yeah.
Oh, that's a mistake that they are separate.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, finally, sleep. Closes his eyes. Opens them in horror. Because he sees an event, red eyes staring back at him. And he bolts up, and you can see there's a skeleton janitor in the room, but that's not important. Bim! He kicks open the vent, and he's like, you guys, come with me. And he's like, come on. And he gives him a thumbs up. And Zach starts going after him, and he's like, what the heck are you doing? We can sleep in here. And he's like, no, dude, you don't understand. This might be our only chance. Look. And he points out into the vent, and you see what he's pointing at. The power switch on Grandpa's neck. And they nod at each other and bump fists. And they start climbing in, and they're chasing after Grandpa and his juicy butt. And they're reaching, and he's reaching harder. And they're reaching super hard. And his hand's so close to the switch. He's so close we can all taste it, Eric. His fingers on the switch. His hand reaches. It turns his hat backwards. And they dodge his laser vision. He rotates around, his body's going crazy trying to hit these kids. It rockets off. They're caught on his arms. And they land on his floor, and they're caught on his arms, and he's still firing off and all over him. And there's the teacher standing behind him, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Did you think you were being cute, escaping through the beds that we wouldn't hear you? It was really. Everybody heard you. There's a crowd of people that waited. It was really loud. There's holes in the vents. There's connections to every classroom. You guys are you crazy? You guys get out. You guys are expelled. For good. This is crazy. Just get out of the school. You cause trouble and nothing else. Grant, get back to class. This is insane. And Cody's just like, oh fuck. Not again. And we start zooming in on Grant, and we see his eyes, they're lighting up. They're like, man, it's a shame about that teacher. I miss real Grandpa. And that's it.
We miss real Grandpa. That's a really sad way to end, like ending note. I miss real Grandpa.
Yeah.